touches and shots to go around. Last year the Hawks were 500 with him. 10 games under without Brown for 3.
Remember, if Celtics haven't started out.
Larry Nance stuck by Tatum. Looked like he might have rolled his ankle. He was questionable with a sprained left ankle. Coming in, that looked like it was his right ankle. Brown for the lead. First night of the NBA Cup. This one has a little extra juice.
His shoe is halfway off. Go at him.
Yeah, Johnson's right shoe is off. Brown for 3. Yes!
Oh, yeah!
Total points, total steals, total rebounds. Let's go for totals. That means you got to play. Here's Brown for 3, and they are reining him in. Pretty typical of what Joe Mazzulla's team has done this year. And Brown fires up another 3. That's true.
You know, Malcolm Brogdon might be having a little bit extra juice going against one of his former teams in the Boston Celtics.
Absolutely. Jaylen Brown steps into a 3 and tags the Wizards defense.
With 3 fouls, Bilal is picking up above the three-point line. It's making it difficult right there for Jason Tatum to get up a 3. But Jaylen Brown, again, Boston getting the offensive rebound, leading to a 3 from the Celtics.
Wizards opened the second quarter on an 18-5 run. They led by 11. And then Boston scored 13 straight points to lead by 2 before the Wizards took the lead at the half.
Remember, Levine didn't get a lot of time against Boston. It was in that late November contest last year where he got banged up. There is Jaylen Brown knocking down a 3.
Make him pay because Drew Holiday will double down.
Brown pulled up 3. His second.
He was the one who made that pass to the opposite side of the floor. It did not stay. He went right to the rim.
Look at Lonzo recover with a deflection. It does end up for another Jaylen Brown 3. And whatever shooting issues this guy was having. Tatum back. Tatum fakes it, kicks it. Porzingis leans into a line drive. Tatum to Brown in a 1 smooth motion. And Brown hits another 3.
He's struggling in the preseason, only 2 of 19 from 3. White chiseling his way. It's out to Brown for 3.
Drew Holiday just makes the simple play.
Hauser the hustle.
And another offensive rebound, which leads to a
3. Allie, we thank you. Here comes Tatum. And it's off to Brown out there with Holiday. It's a 3 from Brown.
picking up where they left off in that first half. A 3 by Jaylen Brown.
5.5 to go in the third. Opening night here in Boston. And the rings were gorgeous. Brown 3. Brown. It's over Sims. It's a 3, and that's 28. And they're 1 away.
Horford secures the board. This year you will see the Wizards have multiple players bring the ball up. Celtics can do the same thing. Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP. Jason Tatum sitting on the bench has 25 points along with 11 rebounds, 6 assists. His dynamic duo partner, Jaylen Brown, still in the game.
Derek White stayed hot. It's actually the others that hurt you offensively here in the second half.
Brown trying another 3 and hitting nothing but net.
J.B. Bickerstaff saying he'd like to get him a little bit more involved early on. Hasn't looked for a shot attempt for the first 2 games of this season as Jaylen Brown opens the scoring from distance. Offensive rebound Celtics.
You know why that was no good with Derek White? That's his first shot. Last shot he took he before the warm-ups.
Brown with it. 5 to shoot. Brown still dribbling. Takes a peek at the clock. 3 to
Had
shoot.
to close up a little more than that.
Oh, mercy!
Remember what I said, what he was doing in the warm-ups.
I'm sure when Boston looks at the film to this point in the game, they'll see so many missed opportunities, missed layups.
Continue to push the pace when we get a chance to play great half-court defense.
Here's Brown's look from 3, gets that one, hit the front rim, and it drops for the first 3-pointer. The Celtics were 0 for 3 before that make.
And get into the spots where the defense is a little bit out of sync, and that's what we see a lot from the Nets.
Celtics still looking for their first field goal. There it is, Jaylen Brown with a corner 3. Getting the starting nod tonight for Dorian Finney-Smith. Out with the ankle injury. Pritchard draws a crowd. Brown, shooting practice. Yes, a 3.
three. That's good. Quick start to overtime. Again, the shot clock dwindles. Celtics trail by one. JT knifing down the lane. Horford extra. Brown from the corner. Yes, sir!
That is a big-time shot by Jaylen Brown.
Horford gets it ahead to Derek White. Celtics 13-3, winners of 4 in a row. JB from the wing. Ooh. Tatum on the short roll. A nice catch and kick to Horford. Extra feed. JB, same spot, same result.
That's great ball movement. Jason Tatum. That'll go down as a hockey assist. Tatum's doing really well in that department.
Brown's got all 6. Tatum the takeaway. Brown another. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yes!
Edwards strips. Tatum comes away with it. Here's JB. He's got
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Puts Gobert in the mix. Steps back.
Oh,
Tatum, straight line drive. Al gives it up. JB for 3.
White trying to release. Chased it down. Missed opportunity for the Wolves. They'll have to play defense. Brown. Good. You gotta be kidding me.
Might be the most remarkable game off of an injury I've ever seen.
Jaylen Brown, that's a 3. Celtics are cooking now, 9 for 22 from downtown.
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons to cut, but we talked all the time about it, and I know our guys do. There's a cut by Drew that got us an open 3.
Oh, and a chance at 4 for JB. There's Tatum, likes to switch on the big man. Zoop.
Oh, yeah, cooking
in the blender. Out to the corner. Brown fires, sticks it.
Look at Jeff Van Gundy. You don't want to see him get going. You want to make sure you close off all easy channels.
First half total, and this is the best team in the NBA protecting the basketball. Jaylen Brown must be.
It's like
Kata. Pritchard the cross, the spin, keeps his handle somehow. Out to Brown, wide open 3.
That's Pritchard drawing a double team and finding a guy.
Pritchard double. Escape hatch is Shireman.
Oh, good
fine. Jaylen Brown rattles in a 3. How about the pass from the quarterback, Baylor Shireman? Translated to winning yet. Pistons coming off their worst season in franchise history. Jaylen Brown rips the course.
Brown likes this match. Spins. Hangs on to the ball. Holiday back to Brown. Sets, fires, 3-pointer. Got it. Another 3-pointer. Another one goes down. And Brown once again in double figures early. Shot clock down to 5. Brown step back. 3-pointer. It's good. Jaylen Brown his 3rd 3-pointer. And we're tied again.
Jaylen Brown for the tie. Bullseye. 9-point Grizzlies lead. Under 2 minutes. Jaylen Brown's been efficient tonight. That continues as he rattles in a 3. The cookies away from him. Vucevic behind the play. Porzingis finds Pritchard. One more. JB for 3.
That's how they've been getting it done. So many injuries. There's a lot. Cornette can't finish. Hauser with the loose ball. Jaylen Brown open for 3.
Paul George put his head down and just went right at Jaylen Brown. Beats him off the dribble. Leads to an open corner 3.
Brown trying to answer, and he connects on a 3. First 3 of the game for Brown. Beat lost the handle. Here's Paul George. And George, 4 of 11, 0 for 5 from 3. He's really struggled this year shooting the basketball. Jaylen Brown for 3. Ties the game at 74. Just 6.2 seconds left, needing 2 possessions. Here's Brown on the catch and shoot, and he drills a 3. 3.7 seconds left. It's a 2-point game.
We come up empty-handed right here. Joe Mazzulla's going to burn a timeout. Jaylen Brown
Back-to-back 30-15 double-doubles. Brown, a nice move. Cash out. JB 4 for 4 from the floor. He's got 10 points and 2 assists. Rises up for 3, and that's good. Averaging 23 in his last 4 matchups against Boston. Here's Tatum, finds Horford. The tap pass out to Brown, a thing of beauty.
It does affect your rhythm, but you got to find your rhythm. You got to get that back.
A long one. Brown from the promised land. Do the starters stay out there? Jaylen Brown begins the fourth quarter with 35, 2 away from his season high. As the rock here, this would be it. There it is, 38 for Jaylen Brown.
Already surpassed everything we saw 2 days ago.
This could be fun, strap in. Brown pulls up, sticks a 3. Brown in his bag. Right over Siakam.
Score that if he hadn't came down to help out. Brown hits a corner 3.
A monster on the boards. That is a difficult offensive rebound, let alone to be able to finish that.
Brown straightaway 3, hits nothing but cord. Averaging 22 points, shooting 52% from the field. 54% of his shots are coming from the paint, where he's averaging 12 points. Brown in front of the bench. The 3 is good. Here's Brown, pull-up 3. He got it.
Cornette with good rim protection. Jaylen Brown, the trailer. First 3 points of the night belong to the Atlanta native.
You always want to play well.
Tatum sees 2, finds Brown. That's good! Back-to-back trays in overtime.
And now Curry. And that pass too hot to handle for Jackson Davis. Jaylen Brown in the corner, he's got a 3.
Boston team so explosive in transition, especially via the three-point line, like right there in the dribble drive, then the shot is up. So you got your work cut out for you. The last thing you can do.
Kobe does well to stay in front of Tatum. Brown hesitates on the 3. Oh, it falls anyway.
He's averaged 8 assists. Here's Brown with a 3. Nice shot outside, Jaylen Brown.
And we're not saying that the Lakers have to shoot 49 threes a game like Boston does. Another back-to-back threes here by Jay Brown.
As the Celtics went 2 of 14 from beyond the arc, and here's a 3 to start things off, and that's the right way with Jaylen Brown.
Brown right back at you for 3. Van Vliet trying to front Porzingis. Here comes Holiday, knifing down the lane, kicking out Brown. 3 ball is money with 3 fouls. Brown the pull-up. Oh, yeah! And he's talking to Dylan Brooks.
Oh, this is so great.
7 for 9 shooting on 2s. Tatum threads the needle to Porzingis. Here's JB over Lonzo Ball for 3.
Space, you have to attack him.
It'll be Jaylen Brown. I haven't had a shot, so I'll make a 3. He's a 28-year-old out of Cal. He's got so much game. Turnover is the first of the second half. That's the good news. 12 for the game for the Pelicans. It'll be Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown on a double clutch. Inside of 10 of the shot clock. Deep triple. Not bad.
I feel like they're throwing a little jump defense here. Looks like that might be a box and 1. You can match up out of it as Jaylen gets a 3 to go.
Porzingis. Now Derek White sets up Jaylen Brown. Firing from deep and hits another. Back-to-back 3s from Jaylen Brown. He has 13.
There's the switch now. Yep, they put Edwards on him. Derek White, who had a big 3-point shooting night in Cleveland. It's Brown outside. His 3 is good. 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Brown 3, Cornette the screen. Brown and Thompson. Bit of a switch, good screen, and they get the 3 to fall from Brown.
He's only played in 53% of his games as an NBA player. Another
Brown with a 3, yep.
That's a hat trick there for the Celtics. And a lot of it is Coach Mazzulla as well. This is a guy who doesn't know from game to game if they're up or down. And he really coaches.
What's the most threes you've ever taken in a season per game? Average.
Like 4, probably 4 to 5.
You're
That's
close.
what it was then.
It's 3.2.
There you go.
Just checked.
7 games you're going to see.
What about that?
In a while. What stat line he's putting up.
Tatum draws 2 out to Brown. And there's the essence of the offense for Boston.
Brown was a question before the game. Out there on the starting lineup and knocks down his first shot.
Boy, that has not been easy for him this season. A career low from 3. I don't know what Tatum's doing there, Mike. There's so much traffic. Why force that?
Poor pass that time from Allen. You're right, Doris. White comes the other way. Brown, he pulls back a contested 3. Knocks it down. Well, that throws it in the backcourt. Brown able to corral it. Brown hoists up 3-pointer. That's good. Jaylen Brown. He's 3 for 3 from long distance. White with 7 to shoot. Wade guarding him. Back to Brown. Pump fake. 3-pointer. Got it. Brown with 33.
Here comes Tatum coming off a magnificent individual performance. 46 points, 16 rebounds on Friday night. Jaylen Brown connects on his first 3. So 7 early points for Nikola Jokic. 3-pointer, knocks it down. Jaylen Brown. Feet inside, Horford couldn't locate it. Brown gets a good wide open look. Jaylen Brown, his 3rd field goal already. Tatum on the drive to Horford. Extra pass, Brown, corner 3, pucks it in. Brown off the bounce. Doncic trying to stay with him. Shot clock winding down. 3 on the 24. Brown step back, puts up a 3, puts it in. Jaylen Brown, big bucket right there.
5 points for D'Lo, 2 assists, and that's with 10 assists on 11 made field goals. But Boston starting to pull away a little bit here, and Brown adds to it. Another triple.
Domi feels like he's playing the best basketball of his career right now, and that's saying a lot. And he's got a good teammate in Jaylen Brown, the reigning Finals MVP.
A lot of Celtic fans in attendance. Jaylen Brown takes the first shot, and he drains a 3, and you hear the crowd erupt. A miss, though, by Booker from mid-range. Here's White. He'll pop. Miss a 3. Long rebound, Horford. Brown left alone, and he's 2 for 2 to start the game. Brown with 13 points. Great passing by the Celtics. They working around the horn, and swishing home a 3 is Jaylen Brown. That is the 14th 3-pointer. Warmed up, was actually upgraded from doubtful to questionable, but did not suit up. Here's Brown for 3. Good. Jaylen Brown with his 4th 3-pointer.
Brown responds. Jaylen Brown with his 2nd field goal of the game.
It's Tatum on the ISO. Kick it out for Brown. For 3.
Good aggressive drive by Tatum.
Celtics can cut it to single digits here. It's Brown on the pull-up. Oh, yeah! Jaylen Brown just looked right at Eric Spoelstra and said, you need a timeout.
Sliver of light for Booker, and he knocked down 3.
Devin Booker, the Phoenix Suns' all-time leading scorer as of early February. Here's Jaylen Brown. He's got the answer. Right back at you for 3. 5 on the timer. Beal got his hand on another ball. He's got to just fire it. Brown. Oh! Take a bow, JB. Jaylen Brown again, just making string music tonight.
Is. No, we want dogs.
Brown rises up for 3. Flips the screen for JB, walking into another triple.
No answer for that. Smart play by Drew Holiday. Coach Bickerstaff is saying, guys, we can play this game, but if we don't start knocking down 3s, we'll lose this game.
And Jaylen Brown keeps doing that.
Kicks it out to one of the best shooters in the league, Pritchard.
Dodging bullets.
Porzingis with an offensive rebound. Here's a kick out to Brown, all alone for three.
And on that possession, Chris, you committed.
And then his anticipation of the shot and the bounce that he has within that second jump opportunity to go after it. And his constant movement, Rashawn said, is the biggest aspect for him.